Well, welcome to Marky Mark's Woodshop 101. And we've got our bathroom cabinets, which are shaping up, that we're working on. I'll probably glue a few more pieces. I'm just about ready to make the doors. And we'll be doing that. So one of the steps in putting the doors together is going to be sanding the inside surfaces, which is much easier to do while they're apart. I can do all the other sanding later, but I'm just hitting those to get rid of the little burn marks on this from the saw and getting it smooth. And then we'll come back and put a groove on the inside here to accept plywood, which will be the actual door panel, except for the hey, focus, what's going on? Except for the medicine chest, which is going to get mirrors. I got a pretty rough grid on there. I think it's like 60 or 80, and at the moment I don't have the patience to sand it down. Some of these grooves are going to take more time to get the burn marks out, and there's still some rough edges too. I think I just might come back and hit them with a plane. That way one or two licks and it'll be done, as opposed to standing here forever with a sander. So I'm going to see what plywood we have for the doors and cut out the grooves next. So I've set up the table saw to cut a rabbet to receive the plywood center, and it's just about even, so that'll turn out nicely. So it'll go around the door thusly. Or in this case, that's a end piece. So let me collect up all the door pieces and we'll go over to the saw and cut the rest of them. So at this point I need to make a decision with my pieces as to which ones are going to be on the outside, which ones are going to be on the inside, and also which surface is going to be on the inside and on the outside. I want the better surfaces on the outside. So this particular piece has a little live edge on it, so that'll definitely need to be cut out. So this will be the outside, this will be the outside. Most of the pieces I don't have that issue, although some of them do have still some rough surfaces where they haven't been machined. So I could cut those off, and that would give me less area to have to sand later. And also another facet is there's a slight bow in the boards. I tried to pick straight boards, but that just doesn't work out all the time. So that's an issue too. If you cut the concave side, it's going to stick up a little bit. So you're either going to need to press down, which can be very hard sometimes, or cut it on the convex side, which will be easier to cut. However, the doors, you know, hopefully the wood will get a little bit straighter as we put them together, but if it doesn't, you know, that's going to affect the look of the door. So either the center is going to hit and the ends will be out just a little bit, or vice versa. So I prefer the center to be out a little bit, so that way most of the other edges will meet. And you'll have to remember to press down in the center to do that. Otherwise you'll have an uneven surface when you go to put the panel in. So those are some of the things to look for. And I'm going to make sure all the pieces are convex with the hump in the center sticking up. It's just slight, it's not bad. However, they were the straightest boards I had. And of course, whenever you cut wood, it's going to relieve stress, and that can cause it to do all kinds of things too. So let's get started cutting. And oh, another thing is I'm going to be using just a single blade saw, and what I'll be doing is sticking pieces of scrap in there to move the board and make a couple of passes. The easier way to do that would be to use a dado blade. That way you can make one pass. However, I'm retired and I have the time. Hopefully you'll leave some comments for us, hit the like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Marky Mark Extraordinaire.